Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lindsay and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Moon and Star Tarot and Crystal bag. If you like content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot to be able to put out tutorials for people. For your supplies, you will need a pair of scissors, a 4-point G6 hook, a darning needle, measuring tape if you need it, just to check the size of your bag, if you don't have measuring tape, then you can use your tarot cards for reference to check the sizing of your bag. But if not, you can use that if you're using it for crystals. You will need black cotton 4-weight yarn. It's better for the detail on the moon and the star. For your main color, you can use any color worsted acrylic 4-weight yarn. This yarn sucked, would not recommend. If you want to make your bag bigger, you just have to do it in increments of 2. To begin your project, you will create a slip knot with the main color yarn. You will insert your crochet hook and you will chain 20. You will then do a half double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. From here, you will half double crochet all the way across. After you've completed your row, you will chain 1 and turn. Half double crochet into the 1st stitch. You will then skip the next stitch. You will then single crochet and half double crochet into the next stitch. Skip a stitch and single crochet and half double crochet into the next stitch. You will repeat this pattern across the entire row. You should have 1 stitch remaining, and you will half double crochet into that last remaining stitch. You will then chain 1 and turn. And then you will half double crochet in that 1st stitch. Chain 1. Skip a stitch. And half double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and half double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and half double crochet into the next stitch. And you will repeat this pattern until the end of the row. Half double crochet into that last remaining stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Half double crochet into the first stitch. Skip a stitch and then single crochet and half double crochet into the space that you created. Skip a stitch and then single crochet and half double crochet into the space you created. The rest of this will be a repeat pattern of a skip a stitch and then single crochet and double crochet all the way across. When you get to your last remaining stitch, you will do a half double crochet. Chain 1 and turn. Half double crochet into the first stitch from the hook. You will then skip a stitch and then single crochet and half double crochet into the next stitch all the way across. Repeat this pattern until the last stitch. Once you reach that last stitch, you will do a half double crochet. Chain 1 and turn. From here on out, you will now repeat the half double crochet into the first stitch from the hook. You will then do the skip a stitch and then single crochet and half double crochet into the next stitch, skip a stitch, half double crochet into the last stitch. You will repeat this pattern until you reach the length of your desired tarot bag length, and then I will meet you back whenever you need to do the other spacing for your drawstring. Once you've reached your desired length, make sure your bag is long enough for your cards, approximately 10 inches from the bottom of my spacing. Up this other side of the cards is what this was. I don't have the row count because I just kind of crocheted away here, but if you don't have measuring tape, this is kind of how you gauge your sizing. After you've checked your bag size and completed your last half double crochet, you will then chain 1 and turn. You will half double crochet into the first stitch, chain 1, and then you're going to do that repeat pattern from before where we did a skip a stitch, half double crochet into the next stitch, and chain 1, and repeat that until the end of the row. You will then do a half double crochet into the last stitch, chain 1, and turn. Half double crochet into the first stitch. You will then skip a stitch and half double crochet until the end of the row. Half double crochet into the last stitch, chain 1 and turn. Half double crochet into the first stitch from the hook and half double crochet all the way across. From here, double check just one more time and make sure you have the correct sizing for your bag. Your spacing should be about an inch above your card size. After everything's good here, chain 1, and you will now take the other end of your bag, line up your sides evenly, stitch to stitch. From here, you are going to make sure that you are doing a single crochet into that first stitch, and Also make sure that you have all 4 strings, so it would be 2 strings from each side when you're going through, so you don't have any gaps or anything. And from here you're going to single crochet all the way down until you reach the other end of your bag. When you reach the end, chain 1 and fasten off, leave a tail long enough for sewing. You will then take your yarn and create a slip knot and insert your crochet hook. Attach this to the other side of your bag. Make sure you're using the right size, so you'll notice that your stitches from your first single crochet row are on that side. Make sure you're on that correct side, and you're actually going to start from the bottom this time, just so everything lines up well, and you're going to go in and insert your crochet hook and complete a single crochet to attach this, and then you will single crochet stitch to stitch all the way up like you did for that first side. Once you complete that, go ahead and chain 1 and fasten off your work. Leave a tail long enough for sewing. We're now going to begin crocheting our moon and star, so you'll want to start with your black cotton yarn, and you'll begin by creating a slip knot, inserting your crochet hook, and you will chain 13. You will then slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. Single crochet into the next stitch. Half double crochet into the next stitch. And then you will double crochet into the next 6 stitches. That is hard to say. Half double crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, You will then slip stitch into the last remaining stitch. Go ahead and cut your tail, pull the yarn through. You do not chain one here, just pull it through. It creates an unnecessary bump, and we tie that sucker together at the end anyway. Using your black yarn again, you will begin this time by creating a magic ring. I'm not good at explaining the breakdown of this, so I'm just going to go real slow and show you here. Now, if you do not know how to make a magic ring or do not even want to mess with this, you can get the kind of almost same effect by chaining 4, slip stitching into that first chain, and then making sure your tail stays to the left. I like the magic ring for this particularly. Whenever you pull the tail, it brings a better detail. So this is me pulling the tail of that somewhat closed, and you will actually begin this star by completing a single crochet into that magic ring. You will then complete a double crochet into the magic ring and then chain 2. You will then do another double crochet into that magic ring. From here you will repeat single crochet and then double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet an additional 4 times. Make sure you have 5 points on your star by the end of this process. After you've completed that, make sure you have a 5-pointed star. Pull the tail of your magic ring closed. You will then slip stitch into the first single crochet that you created. Cut your tail and pull your yarn through. For the pull string portion of the bag, you will want to have your black yarn and begin by creating a slip knot. Insert your crochet hook and you will actually chain 76. Once you've completed your chains, go ahead and fasten off your work and pull that tail through. You will want to attach one tail to a darning needle, and we are actually going to weave that through. Now from here I just make sure everything's working properly, and then I sew in my tails. You will now attach your darning needle and sew your moon and star to the front of your bag. After you get done sewing on your moon and star, your bag is now ready for use. I really hope that you enjoyed this crochet tutorial. I just wanted to give a shout out to Tarot with Ruby for the actual bag pattern. I adjusted it a little, but for the most part this pattern is 100% hers. I just wanted to make my own style and add the moon and star. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch this tutorial. I hope you have a beautiful day, and please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have any questions. I am more than happy to help. Have a good one.